was saying double legal. They have her double legal. But what do you think? Which color belt? She doesn't care.
Let's do Liberty Belts. Less taxing.
Okay.
And no repeats? I thought it was. Or yes repeats?
Yes,
we can.
Yes repeats.
We can play Liberty Bell at the end if we want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine if we play this at the
I mean, they're not like dangerous.
Not
Yeah.
super.
Okay. One.
We'll play it again in the end.
Okay.
One more? One more? We need one more.
Okay. Double legal.
Which one? Is there anything else we can play?
We could do it. Let's just.
Drunken Sailor?
Um,
It's a prize move.
Okay.
But it's not just played.
See if either Rondo or
what if we did the double eagle with no repeats?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, why don't we
Is that
do-
going to end every time?
Yes.
So it's just the single eagle.
Yes. I'm glad that I took the D down the first time. Because we're not going to get it now.
repeats.
Okay.
And then we may need more.
How do we add more?
Okay.
So to add
we
more,
just
I
go
think
back.
it might be best to go back to like 49 and then just play that.
Yeah, we could
Fair.
jam to that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if it's kind of close, we go to 49, and if it's not,
And if
just
it's
go
a
all the
lot.
way
So
down.
just repeat 49 3 times instead of twice. Right?
Kinda. So we go all the way through it to the boost ending, and then do the second ending, and then go back to the beginning, and
Oh.
go all the way through it again.
Yeah, and maybe
By beginning you mean
when we're done with it the
Beginning.
second time,
The five.
I guess you're gonna have to make
Beginning,
that call if
beginning.
we're going back. So if we're going back to the beginning, maybe Paul just goes like this really quick.
Yeah.
And if
And then
If
we'll just take
not-
first ending or second ending all the way through, right? The third time?
I mean, we don't want to get too confusing. Why don't we just run it through twice, and then if we need more, we can just go back to the beginning, run it through, and just keep going until, if we have to stop, then we can do the thing we were practicing before and just end like that.
we need more, we just keep going, and then we stop it as soon as it comes to one of those ending
So yeah,
phrases.
I guess if I put up a finger, we're back to the beginning.
Okay.
All right.
And I have
Yeah.
with the stopping. Which one are we doing? Are we doing like going to the second ending, or are we just stopping like at one of the double fingers?
I say
Just really just move your trumpet up and down, just slow down stuff, and then we can end it like that. Does that work? Or is that basically?
I mean, whatever we did yesterday, I don't remember.
There was the one where we like you guys extended it to like
Yeah.
a whole note.
Yeah, I think that
At
would
one of the double
that would
fingers.
work best.
Okay.
I'm Grand Marshal Jonathan Krasno, and I'd like to call to order the doctoral hooding ceremony of the State University of New York at Binghamton. Everyone, please rise as you are able, and we welcome you to join vocalist Emma Bennett in singing the national anthem. Everyone, please be seated.
As the Dean of the Graduate School, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the doctoral hooding ceremony. Before we proceed with the ceremony, I would like to welcome members of the Binghamton University Council who are joining us today. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Catherine Grant Madigan, Chair. Linda Beamer. I would also like to introduce our other special guests who sit with us on stage this afternoon. They will stand as I call their names. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. President Harvey Stenger, Donald Hall, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Laura Bronstein, Dean, College of Community and Public Affairs, Greg Delvicio, Vice President for Communications and Marketing, Shelley Dion, Dean and Professor, School of Management, Jill Dixon, Interim Dean, University Libraries, Sheila Doyle, Executive Director, Binghamton Foundation, Madhu Govindaraju, Vice Provost for International Education and Global Affairs, Professor, Computer Science, Karen Jones, Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Celia Klin, Dean of Harper College of Arts and Sciences, John Cook, Vice President for Advancement, Jonathan Krasno, Grand Marshal, Professor, Political Science, Faculty Senate Executive Committee, Trustee Keith Landa, President, University Faculty Senate, member of the SUNY Board of Trustees, Eugene Marshall Jr., Director of Athletics, Pamela Mission, Platform Party Marshal, Associate Professor, Public Administration, Faculty Advisor to the President, Kanaboyana Nagaraju, Dean and Professor, School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Joanne Navarro, Vice President for Operations, Sarah Oliveira, Professional Staff Senate, Mario Ortiz, Dean, Decker School of Nursing, Brian Rose, Vice President for Student Affairs, Nicole Ruhana, Director of Graduate Programs, Decker College of Nursing and Health Sciences Advisory Board, Krishnaswamy Shrihari, Dean, Thomas J. Watson College of Engineering and Applied Science, Distinguished Professor, System Science and Industrial Engineering, M. Stanley Whittingham, Nobel Laureate, Distinguished Professor, Chemistry, Director, Northeast Center for Chemical Energy Storage. Matthew Winston, Executive Director, Alumni Association. Please join me in applauding these special guests. Let me also recognize all of the esteemed faculty members who have mentored and guided our graduates. Your efforts have been crucial to the intellectual growth and achievements we celebrate today. Will all faculty on the stage, seated with their students, and in the audience please rise as you are able? Please join me as we applaud their support of and dedication to the success of our students. I would also like to thank our vocalist, Emma Bennett, our pianist, John Eisenberg, and the Broome County Celtic Pipes and Drums for their participation in today's celebration. Again, welcome to our celebration of the 2023 Doctoral Hooding Ceremony. First, I want to thank you all for being here today and allowing for me to share in your excitement and happiness. It's really such a privilege to participate in this ceremony. I earned my PhD in 2008, so almost exactly 15 years ago, I was at my own graduation ceremony, very much like you are all today. It's been a pretty significant amount of time, but I think it's more fun to think about all the advancements that have happened since then. So for example, in 2008, renewable energy technologies like solar and wind power were less efficient, affordable, and widespread. We didn't know that CRISPR-Cas9 could be used to edit genes in human cells and that would lead to important applications in medicine. Bitcoin, created using blockchain technology, did not exist. Since then, 3D printing has made significant advancements, cloud computing has been widely adopted, digital humanities have provided new ways to study cultural artifacts, historical documents, and literary texts, and open access publishing has made scholarly research and publications available to everyone for free. But more importantly, there have been remarkable achievements in your fields of study. No one had ever studied the complex relationship between rural New York culture and poor self-management of type 2 diabetes. There had been no examination of how residents of the Catskills grappled with the changes brought about by the American Civil War, work that challenges historical narratives. No one had analyzed the shifts in contemporary fiction from Cuban-American women writers, who may have never visited the island, but are still shaped by the culture. We did not, until recently, know that orb-weaving spiders sense sound using their webs as eardrums, and that this natural phenomenon can be applied to bio-inspired tests for human hearing. A new method for performing AC Hall effect measurements faster, more reliably, and at a lower cost had not yet been developed, which now allows us to measure the slow electricity that moves through flexible electronics, which is a necessary step for using them in devices. Those specific examples might sound familiar to some of you, and that's because they're work that has been done here at Binghamton University by our fantastic doctoral students. All of you are exceptional, and your contributions to your field are outstanding. The work you've been doing, your research, discoveries, and inventions have already had measurable benefits to society and will continue to make a positive difference in the world. One thing I hope you graduates remember is that the skills that you've developed here at Binghamton are transferable. While you're all specialists who have contributed new knowledge to your specific field, the problem-solving abilities and resilience that you've developed to finish your degree are universal. You're experts in research, analysis, decision-making, and communication. You're tough, you're adaptable, and you've learned from your mistakes. The next time that life is difficult, remember that you've solved big problems before and have the tools to figure out this new challenge. Finally, I'd like to finish by reminding you to stay connected with Binghamton. I can speak for my colleagues when I say that learning about all the amazing things that our alumni are accomplishing is a highlight of my career. Reach out, let us know when something exciting happens or when you reach a new milestone. We're cheering for you here, and we want to hear about all the great things that you're doing. Honestly, we can't wait to see what you're going to do next. So congratulations to you and all of your excellent work, and good luck. It's now my pleasure to introduce Provost Hall.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to be here among you celebrating your graduation. This is my very first commencement as provost at Binghamton University, and what a wonderful university it is. So let me take this opportunity to congratulate all of our graduates and their families and friends who have supported them throughout their time here on the many achievements that we're recognizing today. You are truly remarkable students who have brought your intellectual curiosity, work ethic, and sense of humor to bear throughout your time here. As you graduate from Binghamton, you will take with you what you've learned in your classes, laboratories, participation in organizations, and through the thousands of personal interactions you have had with those around you. You will take all that you have experienced here and become change makers. We're all living in a different world, or a very altered world, certainly, since the pandemic upended our lives. But your Binghamton education and experiences will serve you well, whether you're earning your doctorate in the humanities, social sciences, arts, or a STEM field. You're leaving us with a strong foundation in your discipline, having your critical thinking, decision-making, and communication skills, and you have completed rigorous research and other projects that will give you an edge as you pursue your chosen career. As you've prepared throughout your time here to tackle what is ahead, the next decisions you might find yourself facing are, what do I want my career to look like? And how do I maintain a work-life balance? Since you're all past that undecided stage of your college years, my advice to you now is to pursue the career path that excites you most, one that nourishes you. Make, of course, your decisions from among the ones that are presented to you, as all choices have to be made. But as you make your way forward, remember to define your value to prospective employers or academic institutions. Show them that you know how to solve problems, that you know how to play well with others, be great colleagues, in other words, on teams, that you've learned to be a leader here at Binghamton, and that you're also a great communicator. These are skills that will serve you well in whatever endeavors you undertake. So thank you for choosing Binghamton. It has been a pleasure to have you as our students. Congratulations on your many accomplishments. And as Gretchen said, please stay in touch with us and keep us informed of your many accomplishments that are yet to come. And with that, I would like to introduce President Harvey Stenger.
Thank you, Donald. Of all the traditions associated with academia at Binghamton, this hooding ceremony is the one that means the most to me, because I understand just how fulfilling this accomplishment is. So let me begin by extending my congratulations to our newest PhDs. I'm sure that all of us feel the sense of pride and achievement in this room, not just on the faces of our graduates, but on everyone who is here today to celebrate their success. For graduates, especially, there is a tremendous sense of accomplishment as well as a relief in finishing a long and taxing job. And for friends and family, there is a joy in seeing a journey completed and the expectation of future opportunities. And I want to extend congratulations as well to the many faculty who are here today. You have all been an important part of this journey by guiding the studies and the research of our graduates. I have vivid memories of when I earned my doctorate and the relief and excitement I felt when I was hooded. It was and remains one of the proudest days of my life. And I'm certain that each of you will remember this day all of your life as well. So today, we begin with the traditional donning of a doctoral cap and gown with colors identifying your chosen discipline. Wearing this most unusual clothing probably feels different, but get used to it, because you've earned it. Now, technically, recipients of the Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, get to wear this attire because they have demonstrated the ability to conduct original work that expands the boundaries of knowledge within their discipline, with each discipline marked by a unique identifying hood. More practically, though, academic garb with its long gown, heavy hood, and distinctive headgear was designed to keep struggling students and faculty warm in the unheated classrooms of medieval Europe, much like we fend off Binghamton rain and snow. But this hood will do more than keep you warm. It will open doors for you at the world's leading colleges and universities, give you entrance to the top research laboratories and scholarly libraries, and allow you to pass into the highest corridors of government and industry. Your PhD shows that you have learned to discover secrets and hidden truths about the world around us and the people who live in it. And with this knowledge, you will make the world a better place. Indeed, in your work, you have already shown great promise of the things you will accomplish. You have proven that you have the broad perspectives to understand and to empathize, and that you have the ability and the tenacity to work through difficult challenges. And most importantly, it is proof that you have the vision and ingenuity to develop innovative solutions to the world's problems. To get here, you've had to endure long nights of study and struggle through failed experiments and writer's block. These are the struggles that every doctoral student has faced, but your journey has been especially challenging. Most, if not every one of you, spent 2 years pursuing your studies in a world upended by a pandemic, interrupting your access to libraries and laboratories crucial for your work, but you found ways to work around it. And almost as challenging were the canceled conferences and seminars that play such a crucial role in your professional development. Instead, you mastered the art of the Zoom call and made connections through remote learning and teaching. The past year has offered a positive sense of normalcy, and we all welcome the return of the traditional rhythms and rituals of academic life. This has invigorated your studies and given you a burst of productivity culminating in today's ceremony. And now we are proud to recognize scientists and scholars who are changing the world we live in, making us safer, healthier, more understanding, and better able to confront the challenges that lie ahead. With our faculty as your mentors, these graduates have created works that are changing their disciplines. And every other student that follows will need to account for the new knowledge that they have produced. So I'm excited to think about the future and what it holds for you and for our world. However, before you take your first steps into that future, I hope you'll take some time to savor your accomplishments and especially to reflect on what this means to your friends and to your family. The future starts tomorrow, but today I hope that you will just relax and have fun. You've earned it. It is now my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Distinguished Professor of Chemistry and Material Science, Stanley Whittingham. Stan came to Binghamton nearly 34 years ago, and by then he was already a superstar among engineering wonks as the founder of the rechargeable lithium-ion battery technology during his work at Exxon Research and Engineering. While there, he patented the first intercalated electrodes critical for the development of modern rechargeable batteries. He's author of more than 200 publications and the recipient of millions of dollars for battery development. Here at Binghamton, he established our material science program and spent 5 years serving as the university's vice president for research, in addition to his teaching and research work. As a pioneer in battery technologies, his work paved the way for virtually every portable electronic device we use today. And perhaps even more important, his work is making for a greener future for our world. This work was recognized in 2019 when the Nobel Prize Committee awarded him with the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, making Stan the first and only Binghamton faculty member to receive this recognition, at least so far. Most recently, Stan has been leading Binghamton University's efforts to help establish a green battery manufacturing nexus in the Southern Tier. His leadership led to the state and federal funding last year through the federal Build Back Regional Program of $113 million. And matching state grants and other significant grants are on the horizon. Thank you, Stan, for being here today and making this even more special.
Thank you, Harvey. I want to welcome all the new graduates to the next stage of your lives. Please keep growing, and please take risks. Don't go conservative now you've got your PhD. My wife and I were the first members of our families to get a doctorate. My father was the first member of our families in Britain to go to college. He came from a small farming town called Wrexham in North Wales, and some of you may know that, because 2 Hollywood actors a few years ago risked about $2 million and bought the soccer team, and this last month they won the championship there. So, after my doctorate, I came to this country. It's a land of opportunity, and I also came because California had sunshine and Oxford didn't. No, I've been very fortunate. Things have gone my way, and I've impacted almost everybody in the world one way or the other, and that has been great. But I've learned a few things on the way. You've got to take advantage of opportunities that come your way. Don't push them to one side. Take advantage and run with them. But as others have pointed out, you've got to do what you love doing. Don't do what others tell you to do, and don't do it for the money. The money may be good to begin with, but in the end, you won't necessarily be happy. But we all live in a country that is unique in the world. Nowhere else in the world do you have the opportunities of doing what you want to do. Now, I've been in Europe a long time. As an example, you can start your own company. And most of you are very familiar with Microsoft and Apple. They started with 1 or 2 people. They had vision. They were willing to take risks. In contrast, the technology they took had come from IBM and Xerox. Their management didn't want to take risks. They didn't really have a vision. So think about the future. Be willing to take risks. And you can always, in this country, switch careers, switch disciplines. And I'm proud of the fact that 2 of my PhD students from a few years ago, they got their PhD in chemistry, but they're now tenured faculty members in mechanical engineering departments in some of the top universities. So emphasize again, I want to say, be willing to take risks. That's not just you, but any organization you belong to. I'm going to mention 3 examples, all of which you're probably familiar with. Kodak, top in the film industry for many, many years. They had all the intellectual property for digital cameras, digital films. Their management decided they weren't going to cannibalize their film industry, and that they let others do it for them. Look at Sony. Before most of your days, they had all what I call the gadgets, the camcorders, music machines, and so on and so forth. They were the first to really successfully use lithium-ion batteries. But where are they today? Apple and others have taken over all that technology. So as companies get comfortable, they're not willing to take risks. Please, as individuals, don't get too comfortable. Be willing to take risks. The third company is one I'm very familiar with, and that's Exxon. It used to be Esso when I was there. It's now ExxonMobil. They were world leaders in renewable energy in the 1970s. They are the largest manufacturer of solar cells in this country. They did nuclear processing for the United States. They built fuel cells, batteries, and a number of other things. They were not willing to invest the money and take the risk when we actually discovered the lithium-ion battery. So they licensed that technology. But I take that as an example. It's not just the US or Exxon that has that problem. The battery technology was invented both here and by my colleague, John Goodenough, at Oxford. And I should emphasize, John is an American, but he made his invention at Oxford. I was British then, came from Oxford, but made my invention in the United States. So you can travel around. And I should say John was, in fact, born in Germany back then. So there were no risk takers there. They didn't want to do it. Sony bought the technology. They want to have vertically integrate their camcorders and things, and they basically commercialized it. They were the first companies really to make money. But the real issue is that technology went to Japan, then it went to South Korea, then to China. And that technology is now dominated totally by Asia. But we need electric vehicles here. We need grid storage here to solve climate change. So we have to bring that technology back here. And we're trying to do that in Endicott. Also try to help all those folks in Endicott who lost their jobs when IBM left. So I'm spending a lot of time working on that. But you are now joining the most educated folks, the smartest folks in the country. But there's some obligations that can come with that. You've got to emphasize that facts do matter, even on Twitter. You need to help your neighbors and help the politicians understand both technical and non-technical things. And if we're going to move technology forward in this country, it's not just the engineers and scientists, it's the social scientists and others who can understand really what people think, what people are afraid of, and move things forward. But you can talk to these folks. They may not listen, but you can at least try. So in the end, what I ask you to do is take risks, enjoy yourself, and do things that excite you. And please do not forget Binghamton, and do not forget your faculty. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Whittingham, for your remarks. I would now like to introduce Matthew Winston, Executive Director of the Alumni Association.
Greetings to the newest graduates of the greatest institution of higher learning in this state, and that is Binghamton University. I stand before you right now in between now and that magical moment when your degrees are conferred, so believe me, I will be brief. This is a special day in your life and in the life of this great institution. You join a legion of Bearcats, more than 153,000 strong around the world, who, because of their experiences here, are solving problems, serving their communities, and changing the world in which we live, play, and breathe every day. As graduates of Binghamton University and as graduate students at this institution, you each played a unique and multifaceted role within your community. You brought your own undergraduate experiences into a higher level of learning and inquiry. You brought unique skills and perspectives from the workplace, from the military, and from humanitarian perspectives, and from your own upbringing. And you introduced all of that into the fabric of this place. Many of you served as students, some as researchers, still others as teachers and institutional ambassadors. Some of you did all of those things at the same time. That makes what you accomplished in earning your doctorate from Binghamton University so remarkable. You gave us your talents, and for that you have earned my admiration and my respect. Now, don't be misled or confused. It doesn't matter from where you earned your previous degrees. I want to make it clear that right now, you are official members of the Bearcat Nation. As members of the newest class of Bearcats, we want to continue our lifelong relationship with you. Be an ambassador for the university that has supported you. Visit campus often. Come back for reunion programs. Remain engaged with your major professors and research sponsors. Mentor other Binghamton graduates. Share with your friends, your neighbors, and colleagues what makes our community so special. And tell us where you relocate, please, so that we can keep connected to you and keep you connected to fellow graduates nearby. And wear green. Pantone 342 to be exact. Represent Binghamton University wherever you go. Wear your university logo proudly. Always wear green, unless, of course, you're robbing a bank. Then I want you to wear some other school's logos and colors. Otherwise, always wear green. You will face big opportunities and difficult challenges. But what you have gained here at Binghamton University will arm you with the tools needed to overcome any obstacle before you. And as you walk away from this place, know that the world will now expect amazing things from you because you are a graduate of Binghamton University. There is no other university in this state more worthy of your loyalty, your dedication, and your support than what is now your alma mater. On behalf of the Binghamton University Alumni Association, I say congratulations to each one of you, and go Bearcats.
Thank you, Matthew. At this time, we will recognize our graduates who have attained doctoral degrees, the highest degree conferred by the university. President Stenger, if you will please join me. Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy please rise? President Stenger, as Dean of the Graduate School, I have the honor to present to you these scholars, all of whom have devoted themselves to their rigorous pursuit of advanced study, have obtained the highest distinction awarded by this university, and have made original contributions of knowledge to their fields of scholarship.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York and the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Education or Doctor of Philosophy. In accordance with the usual custom, you are entitled to all the rights and privileges pertaining to the degree here and elsewhere. In token thereof, we will award you a diploma and invest you with the appropriate hood for your degree.
Will the doctoral candidates please approach the platform to be hooded by their faculty members?
Lamar Samantha Thomas. Hoimin Zhao. Dal Yu Zhang. Yu Zhou. Morteza Darwish Morshedi. Robert Joseph Thompson Jr. Adam Thomas. Zhang Chen. Imad Mahmood Elinani. Amir Hussain Gulami. Ala Alazam. Ragad Al-Kawalde. Ragad Al-Haimimat. Khalid Musaid Al-Masar. Oday Dwikat. Sarah Abedi. Behnaz Malai. Mansoor Jumai Al-Mulalad. Naseem Khan. Nujud Al-Subhi. Patrick John Carney. Tara Simone Riggs. Stacy Marie. Kristen Pullibank. Rini Simon Chenatu. Denisa Talowich. Swati Mumidiwarpu. Rachel Carter Poirier. Crystal Lee. Ishik Sue Buyekar. Ben Pei. Gyanu Prasad Kafle. Vlad Nazarenko. Hala Abdul Haq. Colin David Lamb. Lubna L. Taravne. Amira Al Amari. Abrar Al Mohane. Emily Catherine Blakely. Nicholas Charles Duggan. Akib Chowdhury. Travis Nathan Talcott. Owen James Adams. Brian Kipp. Nicole Wrights. James Berry. Lawrence Steckler Bailey. Elisa Kinser. Rebecca Lurie. Samira Alexandra Dodson. Rebecca El Fagali. Timothy Michaels. Dominic Carasello. Justine Simone Gordon. Rebecca Lynn Forney. Alia Abdulaziz Al-Saber. Connor O'Horo Loomis. Rebecca Pierce. Rode Sherdeline Lemage. Jacob Victor Tansman. Cody James Hastings. Hala Ghali. Muhammad Jarbo. Jayant Sivakumar. Shu Wang. Laila Salarpur Godarzi. Corinne Black. Daimise Esther Garcia. Min Chi Chen. Nicholas E. Lacasse. Gang Hu. Mart John Bayar. Ji Hyun Yang. Jared Paul Matucci. Pravini Fernando. Melissa Franson. Joel Friedman. Gabriella Lee Casey. Denise Lynn Romano. Nicole Noel Wasky Laura. Timothy Joseph Skinner. Ezer Castillo. Sunil Kumar Dubey. Yi Won Chen. Erin Alexander. Trevor Theodore Toner. Meredith Erin Gamble. Kirk Richard Butler. Sarah Lindsay Sassone. William Leo Ryan. Genevieve Romano Helm. Christopher Angelo Ryan. Dylan J. Richmond. Wassam Ali Al-Ramadeen. Mariam Omar. Anvesha Chowdhury. Fuha Jin. Pubali Mukherjee. Fangzhou Niu. Aninmon Ahmad Kasazbe. Srinivas Pandey. Eating cow. Junpeng Lai. Joseph Cosmo Yakowazi. Benjamin Matthew Joseph Kolb. Laura Lorraine Johnson. Victoria Kampanujek. Kelly Lynn Cook. Paula Mignoni. Corey Nicole Russin. Sao Sin Zhao. Pei Chun Se. Sanoop Tekut. Henok Yamane Tesema. Yo Yo Shu. Molly Catherine Torbett. Michelle Travers.
On behalf of the entire Binghamton University community, I congratulate you on this hard-earned achievement and welcome you to the Universal Company of Scholars.
Congratulations to you all. I would now like to ask everyone to rise as they are able. Please remove your hats as we sing the Binghamton University alma mater. We invite everyone to join in singing the refrain and second verse. The lyrics may be found on the back cover of the commencement program.
The doctoral hooding ceremony proceedings of the State University of New York at Binghamton are now concluded. We invite everyone to join us in the Event Center for a brief toast and reception. Please meet your graduates there for your reunion and congratulations. We kindly ask that the audience remain seated for the academic recessional.
Where are we going?
We're going to go out that way as soon as we're. Okay, let's go run this way.
I'm following you.
Definitely not that